Yo, 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 welcome to Stickman Reads. And today's story is about a little boy with his grandma going around her neighborhood and counting dogs in the neighborhood because no one knows how many dogs there are. And if you have a grandma or a great-grandmother, I think you'll enjoy the story because who doesn't love their grandmother? Do you guys love your Mimi and Granddad, your Mimi and Nana?
Yes.
Yeah? All right.
They have cats and dogs.
They do have cats and a dog. That's true.
Well, Nana only has one dog.
That's one dog.
The only thing I like to do at Mimi's house is watch movies for 2 million hours. Me too.
They love watching movies at Mimi's. Too bad they don't do it here. All right.
Yes,
Every dog in the neighborhood.
Yes,
and this is written by Philip Stead and illustrated by Matthew Cordell. Matthew Cordell is a fantastic illustrator. We've read several of his books. Grandma stirs a spoonful of honey into her tea and frowns. "Louis," she says, "it's going to rain today. I can feel it in my knees." "Are you sure?" I ask. "The weather's just fine in my knees." "No doubt about it. Now grab your raincoat and come along. I need to check on something in the neighborhood." "I want a dog," I say to Grandma as we walk. "We are the only ones wearing raincoats." "Nonsense," says Grandma. "There's enough dogs in the neighborhood already." "How many dogs are there?" I ask. Grandma will know how many dogs live in the neighborhood. Grandma knows everything. That's why I love her. And look, they were the only ones carrying umbrellas and raincoats, and no one else was. But then, what do you see in this picture? What's the weather now?
Raining.
It's raining. She was right. Or should I say, her knees were right. But Grandma does not answer my question. "Just as I suspected," she says. "Same as always, I have to write a letter to City Hall." And look, she's looking at property. And she's looking at a park in the neighborhood, and it doesn't look very good. Nice. I decide to do the same. "Dear City Hall, I am very upset and would like to know how many dogs live in my neighborhood. Sincerely, a concerned citizen." "People listen if they know you're upset," says Grandma. 1 week later, 2 letters arrive. Mine says, "Dear concerned citizen, unfortunately, we do not keep an official count of the dogs in your neighborhood. Respectfully yours, City Hall."
That is not a nice letter.
Grandma takes off her reading glasses and tosses her letter in the trash. "Louis, sometimes if you want something done, you just got to do it
Now.
yourself." I decide she's right. I grab my backpack and collect all the things I'm going to need. Clipboard and paper. Proper credentials. Fancy pen. That's a really fancy pen. 1 green apple, 1 red apple. 2 chocolate chip cookies. And comfy shoes. There goes Louis. "How are your knees today?" I ask Grandma. "Cloudy but dry," she answers. I leave my raincoat on the hook. I start next door. And I know that Mr. Pierce does not have a dog, but it's important to be thorough. So he's knocking on the door. Knock, knock, knock. "Excuse me, Mr. Pierce," I say. "I'm counting every dog in the neighborhood. Do you have a dog?" "I had a dog once," says Mr. Pierce. "His name was Harvey. He does not live here anymore, but he will always live in my heart." "Does your heart live here?" I ask. "Oh, yes," he says. "It has for many years." It's good enough for me. I write down 1. Harvey. Look at this man got a picture of his dog, Harvey. On to the next house. Can you guys help me knock? "Hello," I say. "My name's Louis, and I'm counting every dog in the neighborhood. Do you have a dog?" "Yes," says the woman. "Her name is Yoshi, spelled Yoshi. Yosa means goodness in Japanese." "Is Yoshi a good dog?" I ask. "Oh no," says the woman. "Yoshi's a very bad dog. Today she ate one of my favorite socks." I write down 2. Yoshi eats socks. Look at that sock right there. Oh, this is gross. The 3rd house has a big red door and a fancy knocker that I'm too short to reach. I look through the mail slot and say loudly, "Excuse me? My name's Louis and I'm counting every dog in the neighborhood. Do you have a dog? We have 3 dogs, says a little girl who's even shorter than the mail slot. Look, there she is. I write down moose, goose, caboose. Caboose is always leading the way, she calls. I hurry to keep up. Parents, if your parents get puns, a lot of the dogs that are in the story, they have names that are very punny. And so if your children are old enough to understand them, you can explain it to them. Like the example we had on the previous page about caboose leading the way. All this hard work is making me hungry. I will need a break soon. But first, knock, knock, knock. Hello, my name's Louis, and I'm counting every dog in the neighborhood. Do you have a dog? I have 2, answers the old man, and together they have taught me a very valuable lesson. I write down Aesop and Fable. Want another one of those puns. And what lesson is that? Asks Grandma. To go for a walk every day, I tell her. That is a very valuable lesson, says Grandma. We chomp our apples happily, then get back to work. And see, here's now we're seeing Grandma. And what is Grandma doing over here?
Cutting grass.
Yeah, she's cutting grass. She's starting to fix up the park that she didn't like at the beginning. Some houses have cats. Some houses have birds. Squawk. One house has a Burmese python and a Komodo dragon. Can y'all see Burmese python?
Burmese python.
We've seen one when we went to the zoo. Thank you, I say, but I'm only counting dogs today. People like to tell me about their dogs. And look, there's a lady, and she's dressed up like a what?
A dog.
She's dressed up like a pilot. Someone who flies airplanes. And look, the names of her dogs, Lewis is writing down Wilbur and Orville, which happen to be the names of the men who invented flight. And I like to meet each one. So look, here's Lewis, and he's meeting a dog, and he writes down E.B. for the dog's name. Wilbur and Orville watch the birds all day, I tell Grandma, and E.B. dreams of writing stories. What kind of stories? Animal stories. I love animal stories, says Grandma, which that makes sense if you're thinking about E.B. White, who's famous for writing Charlotte's Web. We brush the cookie crumbles off our laps and get back to work. So here's Agnes, Obo, and Junebug, and Frank. And look at Grandma. She's busy cutting the grass and making that park look nice. Cutting wood, snipping the branches off the trees, tapping nails into the wood and planting new trees. She's painting a sign. 15 is Peapod and 16 is Matilda. 17 is Thelonious and 18 is Monk. It's almost dark, but there's one house left. Tap, tap, tap. I wonder who that could be.
No.
Hello? I say. My name's Louis and I'm counting every dog in the neighborhood. Do you have a dog? Yes, says the woman.
We had a dog.
And she opens the door a little wider. This is Ogre. Ogre looks right back in the eyes and doesn't blink. Is Ogre a bad dog, I ask? Oh no, says the woman. He's a very good dog. He helps me all day long and never complains. And if you notice right here, parents, you can say that this shows that the dog is a guide dog. It helps people who maybe have trouble hearing or seeing. It's nice to meet you both, I say. And I write down 19. Ogre never complains. There are 19 dogs in the neighborhood, I inform Grandma as I brush my teeth. Grandma doesn't answer. She's busy writing another letter. There are 19 dogs in the neighborhood, I say a little bit louder. Yes, I heard you the first time, but you missed one, you know. Grab a sweater and come along. So now we're going to go get a dog that maybe they missed it. There they go. They're flickering their flashlights on. Click. They're walking around in the dark Too bad they're not like the fish in our story about anglerfish that you can see in a different video. Hello, I say. My name's Lewis and I'm counting every dog in the neighborhood. Do you have a...
No.
I do, says Grandma's friend, Mr. Khan. She's sweet like honey, so I named her for a dessert that reminds me of home. Mr. Khan looks very sad. She's my greatest friend, but soon I must leave her and say goodbye. Aww. Who will take care of her? I ask. I am fortunate, answers Mr. Khan. I know a kind lady whose grandson will like his very own dog.
Grandson.
It's Lewis.
Oh my gosh.
And look at this. Here's a letter that he wrote. Dear City Hall, there are 20 dogs in my neighborhood. There are big dogs and little dogs. There are old dogs and young dogs. There are dogs with furry haircuts and dogs who are the eyes for people who cannot see. All the dogs are good dogs, even the bad ones. Only one of the dogs is mine. She's sweet like honey, and that is why her name is baklava, which is a very famous dessert in Greece. You can also share that with your kiddos, and it's really tasty. My aunt makes them very well. Sincerely, Lewis. P.S. I hope this will encourage you to keep better records in the future. And here's the last page. Here's Grandma. She totally redid the whole park so that dogs and their owners could enjoy it together. And there she's putting her.
Oh my gosh. Baklava wants to be there.
Yeah, Baklava and Lewis are going to go inside and go play. And there they are playing in Grandma's house. Clack, clack, tick, clack, 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 clack. And that is every dog in the neighborhood. Hey, here's a great idea. If you have a pet dog that you have in your house or maybe a friend's house or a family member, try reading this book to them and see if they enjoy the book. I bet you'll have a great time. All right, that's all for today. Make sure that you like and subscribe and come back for more awesome videos of us enjoying and reading books together. And we hope you have a great, wonderful day. Y'all say bye.
Bye.
Bye. Can y'all say bye like a dog?